You're listening to the Karen Reed murder trial on Kingdom Radio.
Forget everything you've seen on television and in the movies. There's not going to be any last-minute surprise witnesses. Nobody's going to break down on the stand with a tearful confession. You're going to be presented a simple fact.
You swear you gonna tell the truth, nothing but the truth, baby?
Oh, hell yeah!
Okay, all right, dear.
Again, you're looking at the sneaker. This is just a closer.
The other side of that sneaker, is that correct?
Correct, sir. Closer.
Two different shoes.
I mean, really, can you believe this, sister? Get out my face.
The man behind the online blog known as Turtleboy, Aiden Kearney, outside the Stoughton courthouse, where he had faced a judge moments earlier, arraigned on 9 charges of intimidating witnesses in a different case, the Dedham murder trial of Karen Reed.
That's right, Your Honor. Witness tampering.
And I will not be intimidated, I will not be silenced, and we will continue on our journey for justice for John O'Keefe and for Karen Reed.
With all due respect, Your Honor, these are grown-ass men.
Louis, what is your problem?
Talitha, you need to get a hobby.
No, you need to get another.
Silenced, and I will be steadfast in keeping on with this mission to expose the real killers of John O'Keefe.
World Toy Store, you fucking heard me.
There's no need for hostility, Mr. Bennett.
Why? Nobody here likes you. I saw you eating lunch alone. You're a loser.
Your Honor. Mr. Bennett.
I hope your kids get bird flu.
Mr. Bennett.
I'm sorry.
Now.
Does that look like he's in close proximity to the right rear tail light?
As I said, I can't tell how far away he is from the vehicle.
His head's right there, sir. You can't tell that he's right next to the right rear tail light?
Objection. That's not true.
Hey! You shut your mouth!
Shut your mouth, boy. You in Maine now,
That's
boy.
right.
I have a thumb drive that I'd like to have marked with the court's permission.
Okay. Does Mr. Lally know what's on this thumb drive without you telling us?
I do not.
Okay.
I'd like to play the first 10 seconds of that video.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we're going to call it a day.
I have to give you those cautions again.
I will have very specific instructions for you.
Please do not discuss this case with anyone.
Always, please refrain from discussing the case until
Don't
then.
do any independent research or investigation into this
The case until then, and I will see counsel in my chambers now.
I'm not aware of that, no.
Well, you Googled them, ma'am. You're looking on your phone and you Googled it. How long to die in cold and how long to die in CIKD. Both of those. You Googled them, right?
I did, yes.
And they result in the exact same search results, don't they?
I have no idea.
He's a person. He's way more of a person than lots of other people. I mean,
Why the second search?
I cannot answer that beyond telling you that my hands were frozen, she was shaking me and screaming at me.
Objection!
You can't do that. You know what? This is bullshit.
According to the Celebrate data, you see this first search that says how long to die in cold?
I do.
What's that time?
It's right over at 2:27
AM or PM?
a.m.
Ms. McCabe, you made that search at 2:27 a.m. because you knew that John O'Keefe was outside in your sister's lawn dying in the cold, didn't you?
Absolutely not. I did not make that search at that time.
We use words like honor, code, loyalty. We use these words as the backbone of a life spent defending something. You use them as a punchline. I have neither the time nor the inclination to explain myself to a man who rises and sleeps under the blanket of the very freedom that I provide and then questions the manner in which I provide it. I would rather you just said thank you and went on your way. Otherwise, I suggest you pick up a weapon and stand a post. Either way, I don't give a damn what you think you are entitled to.
Ms. McCabe, the reason you deleted that 2:27 a.m. call is because you realized that if you were caught Googling how long it takes for a person to die in the cold, 3.5 hours before John's body was found. That would incriminate you.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Order!
The call at 2:22 and 35 seconds appears to be 1 second in length. And that's from you to him, correct?
It says 1 second. I don't.
That would be the call, the initial call from you to him, the one that you claim is a butt dial. Is that right?
Yes.
Did that call roll to voicemail? And then you immediately hung up?
No, I don't recall if it. I don't know.
So according to you, it was a butt dial that went to his phone and somehow lasted 1 second.
Right.
How misguided are you? I feed you a couple of bullshit legal precedents, and there you go. You jump on it like a bitch and eat. You folks, you all hang out in the same little club. And every day you let madmen and murderers back on the street. You're too busy treating the law like it's a fucking assembly line.
One more time.
Any idea what justice is?
You are now in
whatever happened to right and
contempt of
wrong?
court.
Jesus
Remove
Christ,
this
whatever
man
happened to
from
right
my
and wrong? Whatever happened to the people?
Bail denied.
Whatever happened to
Bail
justice?
denied.
And I bet you take it up the fucking ass, bitch.
Bailiff.
I see you later, Nick.
Then there's a second call. If you look at the second line down, there's a second call at 2:22 and 52 seconds, 17 seconds later, correct?
Yes.
That call is actually from Brian Higgins to you, isn't it?
Yes.
And that call doesn't last 1 second. That call lasts 22 seconds, correct?
Yes.
Obviously, you know how long 22 seconds is.
What's that?
You know how long 22 seconds lasts?
Yes.
That's correct.
And you knew that you did have text messages on that old phone with Kevin Albert.
He's a friend, most likely.
You also had text messages on your phone with Nicole Albert.
Most likely, yes.
And you had text messages on your phone with Brian Albert.
Yes.
It was important to you that no one see those text exchanges that you had with those three members of the Albert family.
Objection.
I'll let him have it.
No, sir, that's not true.
Can we get serious now? Captain? We've all heard about the computer simulations, and now we are watching actual sims, but I can't quite believe you still have not taken into account the human factor.
Well, so nobody else could use the phone.
Well, that was my next question. But
in another phone.
But the purpose of cutting up or ripping up or the SIM card is to destroy the SIM card, is it not?
Yes.
And you wanted to make sure that somebody couldn't put that SIM card in their phone and potentially access your data, correct?
No, that wouldn't be the reason why.
Bullshit. All right, this court is trying to tell me that I'm not as good as other people. And this is exactly what you've been doing to the fags.
Ted.
And sorry, the homos. This is exactly what you've been doing to the homos, and I say it's wrong.
Ms. Jackson, please control your client, or I'll hold both of you in contempt of court.
Now piss off, all right? I'm standing up for me, and I'm standing up for the homos. We deserve respect.
Ted, shut up.
Fine. With respect to what's up on the screen, Ms. Harnett, you recognize what's now been marked as Exhibit 196.
Yes,
What do you recognize that to be?
that is an area of damage that I noted as Area 1 in my notes.
With respect to this, what are you doing here?
That is a close-up photo of the same area of damage, Area 1.
And this is my first alleged offense. And the prosecution has not presented one single piece of evidence against me.
Sir, I'm showing you a disc. Just ask you to, as far as that video from the Canton Public Library, you've seen that video subsequently, is that correct?
This disc with the wording on it?
Yes.
No, I have not seen this.
Not that specific disc, I'm sorry, sir, but the footage, have you been shown that particular video footage, or did you review that footage before you gave it to the troopers?
This is not mine to the trooper.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers?
I
want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Did you in fact say in answer to the question, if it's not your wife and it's not your dog, who else is it possible on earth to answer this phone? Answer, yeah, it's only possible that it's me. Did you say that?
Yes.
And just a little bit, I'm just trying to read the letter on the white marker. Yes, so that, correct.
So that hair looks, as we're looking at it, you will agree, that hair looks like almost like a backward C, correct? In other words, it looks like it's more vertical than flat in that photograph, correct?
I would agree it looks like a C on the side of the car.
If we could go to exhibit 173.
Yes, that's correct.
Ms. Hartnett, does it look to you like between the first and the second photographs, that hair has moved? It's no longer an inverted C, but a C.
Jurassic World is not responsible for lost or damaged items.
Lost or damaged items like your friends and family.
That the jurors are looking at.
Okay.
From all indications, that would appear to be the right side of the truck, the passenger side of the truck, and that taillight that you can see is the right rear taillight from this perspective, correct?
The way it presents itself, yes.
And yesterday, during the entirety of your questioning by Mr. Lally, not once did you mention that this video is actually completely inverted,
I
correct?
did not know.
Mr. Lally didn't ask you if it was inverted, correct?
That's correct.
And if I hadn't gotten up here and begun questioning you, that would be left uncorrected. Correct?
Please direct your attention to the monitor. This is an Instagram story posted by Mr. Miller on the date in question.
What up, Instagram? We have Jurassic World right now! What up?
All right, stop. Sure sounded like you were having fun to me. Good time, liar.
Okay, request permission to show the rest of the video.
Your Honor, I do not see why that would be relevant in this case. Permission granted.
I have a thumb drive that I'd like to have marked with the court's permission.
Does Mr. Lally know what's on this thumb drive without you telling us?
I do not.
Okay.
Yes or no? Was that your statement? If she hadn't gotten out of the car, you wouldn't have stopped.
I don't believe it was stated like that. I believe there was a question and I answered.
And the question was, would you have stopped? And your answer was what?
What was the direct question?
Oh my goodness, Miss McCabe. It was 5 minutes ago.
Did he ask,
I can't read it. It's covered in my friend Scott's blood.
Well, then move your friend Scott's blood around with your finger until you can read it.
The last time you talked to one of your best friends and your cousin about any subject.
No, I don't remember.
Were you ever told in preparation for your testimony, if you start to get stumped or nervous, just say, I don't remember?
Nope.
Nobody?
Mr. Falk, would I be accurate if I described your relationship with Mrs. Cole as totally professional?
As you sit here today, do you have any memory of whether the name Brian Loughran was brought up during that phone call with Michael Proctor?
I may have said to him that's who BL was, but I did I believe I referred him to the operations manager to double check who was on plowing that day.
Okay. And of course, if we asked you to show us your phone and show that that was a missed call, you couldn't do that because you've gotten rid of that phone, correct?
Sure.
And I'm asking you to pay special attention to the rule. Go ahead. Sergeant, were you able to see that video? I know it's not the clearest thing in the world. Were you able to see that video okay?
Yes,
What
I
did
did.
you notice about the rear wheel of the Traverse?
Based on the motion in the shot with the snow falling, it appears that there is movement, but the video speaks for itself.
You were upset by April of 2023 that there was public outrage about your family being involved in the death of John O'Keefe. That's what you were upset about, correct?
I was upset that we as witnesses were being harassed.
You were upset about public outrage concerning this case, correct?
Stay tuned to Kingdom Radio Texas for live coverage of the Karen Reed murder trial.